guys won't believe what Deion Sanders said about his son, Shilo Sanders. But when you come across this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you got your post notifications on so you'll know every time Simply Ball drops another hot banger. And if this is your first time on the YouTube platform and you're just now coming across my channel, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button, post your comments, share the video out. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. I see everybody in the comment section, #salute. And you know what my mantra is. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. Well, today's show, man, we got to talk about Shilo Sanders. We got to talk about what Coach Prime Time Deion Sanders said about his electrifying defensive back for the Colorado Buffaloes. But before we get off into this video, today's video is sponsored by SeatGeek.
SeatGeek, the official sponsor of Simply Ball Dropping Podcast, the #1 rated ticketing app, over 28 million downloads, 70,000 plus events from concerts to sports, all your tickets across the web, all in one place, rated 1 to 10. Green means good, red means bad, and all your tickets are backed by your buyer's guarantee. And remember, use my promo code SimplyBallDropping at checkout to get $20 off your purchase.
And just know, when you use my promo code SimplyBallDropping at checkout, you're getting $20 off your purchase. Also, you're supporting the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Well, let's get right off into it. Well, we all know the Colorado Buffaloes has been in the news. Now, the NFL Combine is going on, and they got players like Roderick Ward and Xavier Weaver at the Combine. Today, got word that Xavier Weaver did not participate in the NFL Combine. It was an undisclosed injury that they're talking about. He didn't get a chance to run a 40-yard dash or anything like that. We'll keep an eye on that, and once we get news on that, when he's going to partake, we'll let you guys know. But we all know that Colorado has made some, changes in their upcoming season this year. They brought in a new offensive coordinator in Pat Shurmur, also a new defensive coordinator Robert Livingston. Now, we all know that Shilo Sanders is the hot topic when it comes to Colorado because he plays the quarterback position. And at the beginning of last year, a couple games in, he was in the Heisman contention, and then he kind of fell off and fell out. We already know what he brings to the table outside of Travis Hunter and guys like that, Dylan Edwards, Xavier Weaver, but now he's no longer with the Colorado Buffaloes. Like I said, he's, moved on to the next level, taking his chances in the NFL draft. Me personally, I think he'll be a late second round or third round or fourth round pick, but I think he will get his dream to make it to the NFL. But a lot of things that people don't talk about, they don't talk about Shilo Sanders enough. And Shilo Sanders is one of them defensive backs that we already know his road has been well traveled. He started out with Trinity Valley in high school, where his dad, Deion Sanders, coached him. And then he went on and accepted an offer to South Carolina. He didn't get that much time. He redshirted. He played under a defensive coordinator. And then also, he transferred and he went to Jackson State to play underneath his father. So Shilo Sanders, man, he has been going under the radar, and we don't talk about him enough. And the thing about it is, once Jackson State, his dad left and accepted the Colorado coaching position on December the 22nd of 2022, what did Shilo Sanders and his brother Shilo Sanders do? They jumped in the transfer portal and they followed their dad to Colorado, which Deion Sanders touched on that, talking about he's bringing Louis, he's bringing his own luggage, and that was two of the guys that he was bringing. But we don't talk about him enough, man. On the field, man, he's a head buster, man. Like he said, he's the CEO and the president of the headache game. We know what Shilo Sanders can bring to the table We know what he's doing on that football field. He's a playmaker. I mean, he's a ball hawker. And, you know, when his daddy played in the NFL, Deion, you know, he wasn't known as a tackler. He was known as a shutdown corner. But Shilo Sanders, he would lay the wood on you. He has big hits. He's caused majority fumbles. He got an interception return for 80 yards against Colorado State in that in-state classic. Also, you know, he's recovered fumbles, but he led the Colorado Buffaloes last year in tackles, so we know what he brings to the table. And Deion Sanders had a sit down on a podcast. Shout out to 0260 for the audio that we're about to listen to on what Deion Sanders said about his son, Shilo Sanders. You won't believe what Deion Sanders had to say about his son. Take a listen.
The attitude that Shiloh brings in the secondary when he's on the field or off the field, you've seen in the UCLA game, when he's off the field, things go crazy and they take a left. And he missed a couple games with I think a lacerated kidney last year in Shador. That speaks for itself. We know what he's about when he's on the field. And the thing about this young man, he never complains. He don't point the finger. And he's had 4 different coordinators in 4 years. And that's because we always want to up it, you know, and the coordinators that he had at Jackson are here, you know, Coach Pollock and Brett. I mean, they're here. So it's been phenomenal for him to be successful with 4 different schemes, but he does not complain. And he has a tremendous relationship with Pat, and I can't wait to see what they do, because I can see the creativity and the relationship that they have is going to be phenomenal.
But you heard what Deion Sanders said, and seeing that take, he mixed 2 things together. First, he started off talking about Shilo Sanders, and then at the end of it, he started talking about Shador with the 4 different offensive coordinators, and he was talking about Pat Shermer now. But what he said that stood out to me about Shilo Sanders is, he said when Shilo Sanders is off the field, the defense is a wreck. I find to believe that because of the games that, you know, Shiloh was in, he made a difference. I mean, basically what Deion Sanders is saying, y'all guys correct me if I'm wrong, that he is probably the mainstay of that defense. He's the quarterback out there. And when Shilo Sanders is on the field, things happen. And we've seen his style of play that when he's on the field, things do happen. I mean, he's got great ball skills. He got ball awareness. He's a ball hawker, and he's an exceptional open field tackler. So he lays the wood on you, and he can cause turnovers, man. And, you know, kudos to, you know, Shilo Sanders, and kudos to his dad, Deion Sanders, the coach of Colorado, for bringing this to light. Because a lot of people don't talk too much about Shilo Sanders, man. Shilo Sanders is a great player for the Colorado Buffaloes, and he's doing major things in that secondary. And like Deion Sanders said, man, you just got to follow your dreams, man. You got to chase your dreams. You got to do everything possible, and you just got to believe, man. And, you know, Deion got a mantra for these guys, man, that when you dream, man, you got to chase your dreams.
Now, let me tell y'all something about dreams. Listen up. Because this is something I found out a long time ago that goes against everything you see in a movie, on TV, or what your great-grandma may have told you when you were a kid. See, dreams don't happen overnight. That ain't how it works. See, they come to you in the daylight. You gots to be awake. Because, baby, you got to run dreams down. See, that chase is when we learn the most about ourselves. To take that extra step, that extra mile, that extra rep. Now look here. You don't never know how long it's gonna take, or exactly what it'll look like when you get there. The only thing you know is you can never stop. So, question time. What's your dreams? What's your dream? Are you willing to do what it takes to make that dream a reality? No. See, not while you're sleeping, but every darn day you wake up. Because if it does, good morning.
You heard what Deion Sanders said, man. You got to chase your dreams, man. And I think Shilo Sanders is living by that. He's chasing his dreams. Now, we all know the relationship that Deion Sanders has with Shilo Sanders, man. You know, we see him when he's on the field. We see the interaction he has with Shiloh, because Deion Sanders played defensive back himself, so he knows what it takes, and he sees it in his son. And, you know, we got to start, you know, understanding that, man. Shilo Sanders can't go under the radar, man. He is an exceptional football player. I mean, he's making things happen out there. And kudos to Deion Sanders for bringing that to light and telling people that, hey, I don't just have one son on the team. I got two. It ain't all about Shedeur Sanders. We got to start giving Shilo Sanders his respect. And I think that's what Deion, you know, stated in the interview with the 0260. He stated that in there in the audio clip that we played, man. So he has high hopes on him, man. Deion Sanders reflects on the output of his star son at Colorado in Shilo Sanders. So we got to start giving Shilo Sanders his just due. You guys, let me know what y'all think down in the comment sections. What do you feel about what Deion Sanders said about his son? When he's off the field, the defense is chaotic, and he did alleviate to the games that he missed with the lacerated liver, similar to what Travis Hunter had. So we got to start giving Shilo Sanders his respect. Please post your comments. I'd love to hear from you. Please share the video out. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. This is going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. We're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
Another one.